Welcome back to What's Now. I recently spoke with comic book artist Jeff Jones. He is using his talent in illustrations to highlight a rare disease. Here's more.
It takes a rare talent to become a comic book artist, and artist J.G. Jones is using his talents to illustrate the realities of others like him who have lived with rare, chronic, progressive blood cancers called MPNs. J.G. Jones joins us now to discuss how he's using art to help raise awareness of the challenges and impact of this disease. Joining him is Dr. Krisstina Gowin. Thank you for talking with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Good to be here.
So, J.G., tell us about your work in comics and the types of art you have produced.
I've been doing comics for about 25 years, and you've probably seen on the big screen a lot of the characters that I've worked on in comics over the last 25 years. If they wear spandex, I've probably drawn them at some point.
And tell me more about your diagnosis and your disease.
Well, I first got diagnosed about 10 years ago when I noticed that I was falling asleep at my drawing table and waking up hours later with my pencil in my hand, which is not really good when you work in a deadline-driven business and have to hit those monthly deadlines. There were other strange symptoms like a lot of lightheadedness, dizziness, and itching when I would take a hot shower. So I went to see my primary, who did a blood test, and that blood test indicated that I should see a specialist, and the hematology oncologist that I saw decided that I had a disease called polycythemia vera, which I've been dealing with for the past 10 years, and a couple of years ago that transitioned into another suite of disease called,
Myelofibrosis.
Myelofibrosis, thank you.
Yes.
So what are MPNs, and are they common?
So NPNs stand for myeloproliferative neoplasms, which are a group of rare chronic blood cancers, including polycythemia vera, PV, essential thrombocytosis, ET, and myelofibrosis, MF. And this group of blood cancers are heralded by an increase or decrease of red blood cells, white blood cells, or platelets, an increase in the size of the spleen, and importantly, a really diffuse and diverse constellation of symptoms. And these symptoms can truly be debilitating for both the patients and their caregivers. And it's really a rare disorder. It's about 200,000 patients, which is relatively rare, afflicted with NPNs in the U.S. today. And it's because of its rarity, we're working together, we're partnering with Insight to really bring this awareness to patients about how to address symptom burden and communicate with your healthcare team.
So would you say that JG's story is pretty similar to other patients with the same disease?
I would say that his story definitely resonates with many NPN patients throughout the nation, but the truth about NPN disease is that every story and every journey is truly unique. And so although many patients with polycythemia vera, up to 10% of patients will transition to myelofibrosis. That's a minority of the time and even less common with essential thrombocytosis. But again, the journey with NPN, I think you would agree, is really unique. And so,
Right.
so important to empower yourself with education, to understand the symptom burden, and understand some techniques to really communicate this with your healthcare team.
And JG, what would you tell other individuals who are struggling with this?
I would say basically to be your own health advocate. Learn as much as you can and work with your doctors to put together a plan. That's actually why I've partnered with Insight to do this Rare Reflections MPN Unmasked campaign to illustrate the stories of some of these other patients, because they're not all the same. Everyone's journey is different. And I would encourage you, if you're interested and want to see the work and learn more about these diseases, you can jump over to voicesofmpn.com And there's tons of information, and you can see my paintings there and read the stories of other patients.
Well, thank you so much, JG and Dr. Gowin, for talking with us today and helping us be more aware of this condition. And JG, thanks for sharing your art with the world. It really is incredible.
Thank you. It's been fun.
Thank you for having us.